Anyway, man, that was a that went kind of long, bro. My bad, y'all. Me and Sylvan had to get our arguments out.
Yo,
Sylvan supposed to be on my side, by the way. I don't know what Sylvan doing. He supposed to be on my side. This man over here arguing with Cooley, bro.
I'm just
on
saying.
side.
I
used to be my man. You was in my left titty, like like DMX said.
DMX in the gyro.
You was
supposed to be my dog. You was in my
chose by the died. You supposed to ride with me, or whatever the line was. Like, what was that, man?
RPX, man.
Yeah, definitely.
That
RPX.
was what was that one? It's not As Dark as Hell's Hot. It was the second one.
Flesh.
Flesh of My Blood. Or
yeah,
was it Flesh? Is that that's
Irv Gotti?
I think it was it. Yeah,
Irv Gotti produced that.
Yeah, bro, and like,
bro,
I remember they were supposed to have that. They were supposed to have that group. Jay-Z,
X, it was Murder Inc. Right? Murder Inc. was Ja Rule, Jay-Z. I be forgetting that. Oh, we all know who the leader would have been. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
I love Jay-Z, but DMX would have been the leader. He was the biggest at the time.
Yeah, so, that wouldn't sit right with Hov. So
right.
Hov a hater, man.
Hey, sometimes you gotta hate to get to the top. You gotta hate sometimes, man.
God, bro.
You gotta hate sometimes, bro.
Sucks.
Anyway, Sylvan, what's up? What were you about to say, Cooley?
Nah, I was gonna say, what's up with y'all frowning at me because I said Volume 1 might be my favorite Hov album.
Because, bro,
I like Volume 1, bro.
I like it too. That's just the nostalgia in you, bro.
No, the nostalgia is Blueprint.
Like Sunshine?
No, I don't like Sunshine.
Yeah. Yeah, and that
Reasonable Doubt is his best album.
That album is mixed terribly too.
I don't even like Reasonable Doubt like that. It's whatever.
All right, cool.
You don't like Reasonable Doubt, but you like Volume 1? All right, man. Sylvan, let's get into why you mad, bro. Let's get into why you mad.
Wait, hold up. Sunshine is not on Volume 1. What are y'all talking about?
Yes, it is. It's infamously on Volume 1, man.
Where is it at?
Unless you're talking about Volume 2. You talking about Volume 2?
No, bro. This one.
Yes, Volume 1. Sunshine is on Volume 1.
This man showing the album to the screen. A lot of people listen to this on Spotify, bro. They can't see that.
Oh, my bad, y'all. I'm showing the album cover of Jay-Z, camel face looking at. No, I'm just kidding.
You about to get us canceled, bro. Shout out to Jay-Z, man. Real. I love Jay-Z.
Shout out to Jay-Z, man.
What is going on this podcast? Attitude Era got y'all acting different.
Hey.
I didn't say that. I didn't say Volume 1 is better than Reasonable Doubt.
Ain't nothing better than Reasonable Doubt. Reasonable Doubt is like a top 3 album in the world. Like, of all time.
Full of features. Let me see.
So? What's wrong with that?
Only like Dead Presidents and Cannot Live.
He said it's full of features. Like, all right.
Let's just move on. Like, God, Lee, I'm about to scream at Cooley right now, man.
The Evils?
This man is listening to all of the King's diseases and all the magics. You make me sick.
Nah. A lot of them ain't
actually not that bad.
Is out
it's just kind of,
Magic 3 is insane though. I'm sorry. No,
we ain't nobody listening to no album called Magic. Only Magic I know played for the Lakers in '88, man. I don't know nothing about no Magic. All right, Cooley, we gonna have to.
We done with the '80s.
Damn, we hating on the '80s now too. Yo, Cooley about to get us.
The '80s is worse than the '90s.
Yo, I mean, yeah, crack the '80s
as far as basketball.
Dog, I don't know what y'all off of, but we are not making it out the hood. This is it for us.
Man.
Sylvan, tell these people why you mad before Cooley get us kicked off YouTube.
Yo, man, I'm mad at that. Reasonable Doubt in Volume 1 compared. That is insanity. Oh my goodness. All right, look, y'all. I'm mad today because we are overhyping the Rock and Cody Rhodes segment on Raw last week. I'm mad because we're actually overhyping that entire episode of Raw.
Hold on, bro. Hold up.
That was a great episode.
What?
You made a whole ass TikTok about that segment. You were praising the segment in the TikTok.
I didn't praise the segment.
Now you gonna tell us we overhyping it?
I didn't praise the segment. See, that's what y'all think.
What you say then? What?
I said Cody Rhodes just got his ass beat by The Rock. And I said, and y'all want me to believe that the main event of WrestleMania is Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. You're smoking angel dust. That was my direct sentiments. That was it. That's all I said. I didn't say anything else. Now, before we move forward, I just want everyone to know that like I'm not mad at Raw or that segment. I thought it was really great. I thought it was incredible. But we are overhyping it. And here's the thing, right? We're not overhyping it because it was not as good as we are saying it is, right? We're overhyping it because I think we've lost sight of the standard of compelling wrestling in WWE. Let me take that back. Compelling wrestling storylines. Let me take that back. Compelling wrestling story segments in WWE, right? WWE for a very long time has been micromanaged by the unbearable reign of Vince McMahon. And Vince McMahon at one point decided to squeeze the life and creativity out of WWE with storylines and segments that were more predictable than a Jordan win in the 90s, right? And so kind of got used to this sentiment of how things are going to be and how things should be. Now, I was sitting at home enjoying some salmon and Brussels sprouts, waiting for these clips to come out on YouTube for Monday Night Raw. And for those of you who are asking why I was waiting for clips to come out on YouTube, is because I don't have cable and I don't watch Raw or SmackDown or Dynamite live. And I usually get my wrestling from illegal streams. But
WatchWrestling.com. Hey,
yeah, I usually do. But they have been Tony Khan, Hunter, whoever is over there, they have been cracking down on these illegal streams.
Yeah, they're killing them streams.
Yeah, the past 3 weeks, I have not been able to watch an illegal stream at all. So I am not signing up for any cable distributor, and I have to wait for these wrestling clips to come out so I can watch the show just like every single one of y'all. And so
just hit me on the side, bro. I got the plug.
I'm gonna hit you, Qwan. I'm gonna hit you, Qwan, because I need a new plug. For 3 weeks I've been down.
Right, and I ain't paying for cable either. We left cable in 2007. Ain't no way.
Yeah, I'm
got the internet, baby.
Yeah, I'm really not. So I'm enjoying my salmon. I'm enjoying my Brussels sprouts. I finish and I start going through these segments on Raw because I'm on Twitter and everybody's praising Raw. They are praising this episode of Raw, and so I go through these segments and I watch the matches, which were only maybe a 2 or 3, and those matches were great. And I watched these segments, notably the 2 segments that are the most memorable, which is, 3 segments, which are the most memorable, which is CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre. Fantastic, great banter. You could tell these guys went out there and just shot from the hip, didn't have any real scripts, just feeding off of each other's chemistry, right? 20-minute, 25-minute segment. Then you had The Rock come out unexpectedly to Cody Rhodes. I don't even remember Cody Rhodes' promo. I'm gonna just be honest. I don't either. Yeah, I don't remember what he said. I just remember The Rock coming out and whispering to him, "Tonight I'll make you bleed." And I was like, all right, we're gonna get one of those segments at the end of the tonight. And so the end of the night comes, and it's looking like it's gonna turn into this typical bloodline, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins hybrid baby Clash of the Titans that we've been seeing for the past 4 weeks. And Cody Rhodes is fighting off the bloodline, and here comes The Rock with all vengeance, whooping and putting the beats on Cody Rhodes. And it's compelling. He makes him bleed. He talks to the camera. He puts the blood on his Brahma Bull belt, talks to his moms, and
Mama Rhodes.
Calls him Mama Rhodes.
Boy, Mama Rhodes.
In the ring, calling him boy. You know what I mean? At a certain point, I was like, man, is The Rock racist? And
right? Like,
I was just like,
he emphasizing that boy kind of hard.
Like, hold on. But I was just a little confused. But and it was in the rain, an intangible. I don't know if that was real rain or if that was staged rain, but it was in the rain. And it added a great element to it, right? And so I see everybody on Twitter going crazy, and this is the best Raw we've seen in the past 5-6 years, and one of the best segments we've seen in the past 7 years. Which
it was.
I I don't really agree with that, but I see where people are coming from, right? And I think there's a larger point I want to get here, right? The larger point is that absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah.
It just does. We haven't seen The Rock on television in a long time. We haven't seen blood not be placed with a black and white filter in a long time. We haven't seen someone bleed on WWE legitimately in a long time. We haven't seen a backstage brawl at the end of a Raw or a SmackDown in a long time. We haven't seen someone talk to the camera while they're beating someone senseless to the point where it feels and looks uncomfortable in a long time. But that's standard wrestling. That is a standard practice, i.e. AEW. And it's just wrong because they do it every single Wednesday night. So it doesn't really feel like you're getting anything new, right? And that's what I mean by absence makes the heart grow fonder. Less is a little bit more in this standard, right? And so my problem is that I don't like the fact that we're forgetting that this is what wrestling is supposed to be. It's supposed to feel uncomfortable. It's supposed to feel larger than life. It's supposed to feel like we're getting something that we haven't really gotten before. Like this is the standard, right? But we've been starved of this standard for a very, very long time. I don't know what's going to happen with Roman Reigns next week. I don't know how that's going to be topped, right? I think this segment takes the cake in this whole storyline that we've been experiencing. But I do think that this is being overhyped. It is. It is being overhyped because we haven't seen it in a long time. We haven't seen The Rock in a long time. Things feel more than what they actually are. And so I just want to take this time to say that when less is more, this is what we get. We get an incredible product. We get something that feels really, really good and something that feels special. And I'm very, very proud that WWE is, whether they realize it or not, is approaching things in this capacity. But let's just kind of pump our brakes and realize that this is how wrestling is supposed to be. That is my TED Talk. Qwan, Cooley, feel free to rebuttal.
All right, so look, I am very confused on why you framed less is more as a bad thing. People were hyped about this segment because of that. Like, they were hyped because we don't see this every week. And that's kind of WWE's point. Like, if the first match of the night, right, we see a guy do a triple backflip off the top of a cage through like 7 tables. How do we react? We're like, wow, that's crazy. What the hell? Like, I can't believe I just saw that. If match 2, the guy does the same exact thing, now we're like, that was kind of wild, but, you know, we just saw it the match before. Match 3, if a guy does that again, now it's like, all right, it's not special anymore. We just saw it the last 2 matches. And that's my problem with AEW a lot of times. Like, Jon Moxley goes out there and bleeds every single week in every single match. And it's at the point where, like, he doesn't even have to get a hit with a weapon to bleed. Like, he'll get Irish whipped into the ropes and his head will just be leaking for no reason. And because of that, it doesn't feel special. It doesn't feel like a thing. It just feels like something that he always does. Now, when WWE is called upon, it's like, we don't see people bleeding a lot, like, at all. Most of the time, when somebody starts bleeding, it's on accident, and the ref will put the gloves on and like they'll start to wipe it away. Matter of fact, we were at the last WrestleMania, and Finn Balor started bleeding during the match, and they stopped the match. Like, they stopped it and like literally worked on him to try to get him to stop from bleeding. So when we're watching WWE right now, and we see Cody Rhodes getting his ass whooped by The Rock and his head getting bust open, and WWE actually emphasizing the fact that he's bleeding, it feels special to us because we just don't see it a lot. And that's why people are hyped about the segment. I wouldn't say they're overhyping it, but I think that WWE was just effective in the way they did it because they don't give us that a lot. And whenever you don't get something a lot, you're going to be hyped when you see it. It's like ECW. It's like ECW. every match was a hardcore match. Every match, something crazy was happening. So it doesn't feel special. Like, what's special about Tommy Dreamer getting hit in the head with a Nintendo 64 when literally 2 matches ago we just saw New Jack damn near kill somebody with like a hockey stick or something? Like, it all starts to like bleed into one another. So I thought it was dope that WWE had this segment.
I agree. The segment was fine to me.
So here's my thing. Like, number one, I'm not villainizing the less is more angle. I'm actually giving credit to WWE. I'm saying that in this and I'm also not saying that this segment wasn't great or that Raw wasn't great. I'm saying that it's overhyped because these things don't happen at all. Get what I'm saying? But this is also a very standard. This is a very standard wrestling practice. Like, The Rock just beat a guy outside in the rain and made him bleed. I mean,
yeah, but
that's
but it don't happen a lot. That's the thing.
And that's what that's what I'm saying though. It's like it doesn't happen at all. You guys are saying it doesn't happen a lot. It don't happen at all.
But it's only because The Rock. It's only because The Rock is in charge.
That's what I'm saying. That's where I'm coming from, though, right? It's like,
but I know, but you're framing that as overhyped as if it's a bad thing that people are hyped about it because it doesn't happen at all. And we're saying the same thing, like it doesn't happen at all, so we're hyped for it. But that's a good thing. It's like Kendrick Lamar sending those shots at Drake. It's not like he went on a song and said, "Yo, Drake, you a bitch. Your mom is this and your dad." Like, he didn't go crazy. All he said really was that, Prince lived longer than Michael Jackson, and F the big 3 is just big me. That's not that scorching and crazy, but we don't see Kendrick Lamar step out and diss like people like Drake a lot. So those little jabs meant everything to us. We're going crazy and we're overhyping it probably, but at the end of the day, like, people dissing each other in hip hop is normal. That's standard. People have been dissing each other since like KRS-One and like the Boogie Down Bronx or whatever. But we're hyped for it because we don't see that happen often or like at all these days. So I don't think it's a bad thing that people are hyped. I don't think they're overhyping it. I know why they're overhyping it, but it's not a bad thing.
It's not. I don't think it's a bad thing. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's bad that people are overhyping it. I just don't.
You just think it's overhyped.
I just think it's overhyped. I do think it's overhyped. Like, this is a good segment, but it's not a special segment. I'm sorry. Like, that's how I feel. I mean, it's the same thing that I feel about the Kendrick verse. Like, I think the Kendrick verse is really great. I think it's incredible. I think it's a great shot at Drake or whatnot. Now, do I think it's special? No. I don't think it's a special occurrence. I don't think that The Rock beating Cody Rhodes and making him bleed by a bus is a special occurrence to me. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. Like, that's just like, this is wrestling 2.0. And what I'm seeing on the internet is that this is the best Raw in the past 5 or 6 years, which is cap. It's like, bro,
which Raw is better?
Granted, there's been terrible Raws for a long time.
Horrible Raws.
Let's not talk about Raw at the Mania last year.
I mean, yeah, that was bad. I mean, come on. I mean, absolutely horrendous. But and granted, like, I don't have a Raw to give. First off, let's just keep it like a stack. I don't.
You can't. You can't tell me it wasn't the best Raw if you ain't got a Raw better.
Nobody remembers.
Because there's like,
bro, nobody does. I'm
February 8, 2001.
That's only you, Cooley. Like, only Cooley
is
those dates.
Wait. What happened February 8, 2001?
Yeah. And of course, it's February 8, 2001.
Watch him actually know. Watch him actually know, too.
I think it was when Kane returned. When he was gone for a week. I believe that was it.
Like, something is not right with this man's head.
Let me see.
In 2001. All right. So name a Raw that's happened in the past 5 or 6 years that you remember.
That was dope?
Yes.
A dope one?
Yes.
Shit, with the Bloodline segment when I remember that Raw, the Bloodline segment where they had the tribal court and they were trying to figure out whether Sami Zayn was going to be still involved with the Bloodline or if he was exiled.
Was that on Raw?
That segment took up. It was on Raw. You can look it up right now. Tribal court happened on Raw.
Was tribal court? Was tribal court Raw? That was Raw on tribal court on Raw. Was that better than this Raw or not?
I think so.
Me
personally, I would say so.
My bad,
and why? And that to me is special because we've never seen tribal court.
But There was also not a match as good on that Raw as there was with Ricochet versus JD McDonough.
I mean,
like, they went in there.
Bro, I'm not gonna remember JD versus Ricochet from this Raw in like 10 years. I'm sorry, I'm not. It was a great match.
We don't know that. That might be a career-defining match for my boy.
It's not. Like, come on, stop capping. Stop the cap. Like, come on. I'm just saying it's overhyped. Like, this isn't the best Raw in the past 5 or 6 years. This segment was good. It was great, but it's not special.
But what was better? You can't just call something not the best, but then have no retort to what's better than it.
We just did.
If I'm saying, Kendrick Lamar is not the best rapper of all time.
We literally just solidified it with the Tribal Court episode on Raw.
But you didn't even know that happened. You didn't even know that was on Raw.
I gave you that.
I spotted you that.
Thank you. Appreciate you validating my argument. Thank you.
Bro,
you're welcome.
What you're doing right now, bro, what you're doing right now is like me saying, yo, Kendrick Lamar ain't the best rapper. And then you're going, well, who is the best rapper if it's not Kendrick? And me saying, well, I don't know, but he not it, though. It's like, you got to have some retort, bro. Like, if that Raw wasn't that hot, then what was hotter? Besides Tribal Court, what was hotter?
But I'm gonna keep it
okay. Besides Tribal Court, what was hotter?
I'm going to keep it a stack. I don't know any or memorize any Raws or SmackDowns for that matter.
For all the viewers and listeners out there, I just want to say I was a year and a day off. It was February 7th, 2000, not February 8th, 2001 when it came.
That's good. That's great. Very happy for you.
Yeah, man, that was a great Raw.
I'm just saying. Sure, it's a great Raw.
I know
this man is still in 2001. Cooley, bro. We done with the 90s, bro. Just let it go.
All right.
Let it go.
That was 2000.
I'm just saying,
I know,
bro,
but still, it's close enough.
I'm just saying, don't put these. This was special and the best this and the best that over a segment. That's standard. It was special. That's standard. It's entry level, man. You know what it's like? It's like when. Well, I'm not going to even say that because that's a terrible. I'm not going to make that comparison just because I know I got industry friends, but I have a certain like threshold over. I have a certain taste level, right? Especially like as an MC, right? I think there's good, there's bad, there's good, there's nice, there's super nice, and then there's God level, right?
Mm-hmm.
This segment was nice. It's a nice segment. It was nice. You know what I mean? But like, this isn't like God level super. This is standard wrestling 101. Let's not make this more than what it is. It's a great episode of Raw. But because Raw has sucked virtually for a very long time, we're making it more than what it is. And that's because one of the greatest superstars is back on TV Cooley,
in a long time, selling out 2 months in a row, whooping people in the rain.
No, but Cooley's not wrong, bro.
And like, showing blood because he can do that because he is their boss. Like,
right.
What are you talking about?
Like, and keep in mind, all of this is subjective. Like, at the end of the day, if Sylvan wants to say that it's overrated, then like, who am I to say that it's not? Like, his opinion is just as valid as anybody else's. But I can't agree with you on this one. Like, it's like, even speaking of that, like that JD McDonough versus Ricochet match, right? That match wasn't like that crazy. We probably saw that match at that Prestige show we went to like 5 times. It was just a pretty standard good match. But because the wrestling in WWE isn't necessarily at that level very often, especially on a weekly show, it stood out more. And that's probably why we are, quote unquote, overhyping this segment. It's just like,
but we're not overhyping JD versus
bro,
Ricochet.
Dave Meltzer gave that damn near 5 stars on Raw, bro. Dave Meltzer gave that. Let
me take off my sunglasses for this, man.
But look,
I don't care about none of them Dave Meltzer ratings, bro. First off,
but Dave
Meltzer, bro, don't make me go in on Dave Meltzer, bro. Dave Meltzer been striking out on news sources for the past 10 years, bro. Last thing I care about is a 5-star match from Dave Meltzer,
bro. But look, the reason that I'm even bringing up Dave Meltzer is because you're saying, but we not overrating that match. Are we not looking at that match? But like, who is we? Because last time I checked, Dave Meltzer, who is a big voice in the wrestling community, regardless of how you feel about him, he is a big voice. Even he was praising that match. So it's like somebody's looking toward that match. It might not be you.
Do you know
wrestling is bigger than just us 3, dog. We know that, right?
Do you know all the star ratings from Dave Meltzer's list? Can you name them all?
I can name a bunch of them, not all of them.
You can't name them all, right?
No, but I can name a whole bunch.
Why can't you name them all?
Because there's been a billion matches since like the wrestling started.
They don't matter, bro. They don't matter. They don't matter. That's why you can't name them. I'm here for it. I'm here to focus on what I think matters. And what I think matters is right now Cody Rhodes, The Rock, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. That segment is what everyone's talking about. And it's a nice segment, but it is overhyped. It is overhyped.
If you say so, man. If you say so, but I got to get the opinions of the people at home, man. Did y'all think this segment was overrated or overhyped? I didn't. I thought that it did exactly what it needed to do. Cooley seems to agree, but Sylvan didn't like it.
I didn't say that. Why is
Sylvan didn't like it?
It's not the same thing. I like the segment. I think it's great. I can like something.
But you seem very upset about it. You seem very bothered by the fact that people are loving it.
I'm upset about you confusing my viewpoints. That's the only thing I'm upset about.
No, but you seem very bothered by the fact that people are hyping this segment up because it just didn't live up to whatever you thought it was supposed to.
I don't have any expectations for any of this. First off, no, what's crazy is Qwan trying to give me a crash out, but I'm not.
Crash out, bro. Crash out. Tell the people that the segment was trash. Tell them.
I got the Bow Wow do-rag holding me down. This is real suede. I paid $15.11 for this. Okay? I'm not going to get out of character. I would be staying in character if I crashed. But I'm just saying that, like, I don't like in life when things are made to be more than what they actually are. Just like I don't like in life when things are downplayed to be anything less than what they are. And when I look at this situation, I just see a great segment going into WrestleMania. But I don't see the best Raw in the past 5 or 6 years. That's all I'm saying.
All right, I get you. And I mean, as someone who hated the Attitude Era, I get you. Like, you kind of get mad when people kind of put stuff on a higher pedestal than you think it belongs on. But like I said, man, this is just us. So I want to hear from y'all at home, man. How did y'all feel about this segment? Did y'all think it was overrated, overhyped? Or was it just right? Let us know down below. And like I said earlier, if you haven't realized, we are doing a WrestleMania live stream night 1. This is Saturday, this upcoming Saturday. So make sure you are tuned in for that. We might be giving away some free hoodies. Who knows? So make sure you tune in.
Who knows?